Hello there. It's been a while. Lydia here with another wine review. I was doing it in the bathtub and then I was doing it in a chair, and now I'm just doing it in my bed. I tried to do it in the bath, but the setup is not so good. And I realized today that I haven't done one of these in over 2 years, and I had a lot of fun recording them. Something about talking at a screen and then sharing it to my friends is very fun to me. I don't know what that is or like where that comes from. But I've moved recently, and I thought it'd be a good time to record a video because now I live in wine country. I live very close to Lodi, California, which is famous for its Zinfandels. But I won't be tasting one of those today. But I'm now 10-15 minutes from, I don't know, at least a dozen, if not like 20 wineries. Some of them that are very good, some notable, others that are, more specific to the region. So I picked a wine from Lodi, California that I haven't tried before, but it is a varietal that I've been drinking a lot of since I've been out here because there are a couple wineries that make a very good version of this. So I haven't been to this winery. I have had the varietal of wine and I've really been liking it. So I thought I'd try it here. I've also done a little bit of research as to the history. I kind of know like basic knowledge about it, which is as much as I know about any other wine that I've ever reviewed. So let me show you it. Let's see. Let's get a view. See here. So this is a Klinker brick Albarino. I have always drank light white wines. That was really like the way I was introduced to wine, drinking socially white wine. My friends are the people who started drinking it, and I started drinking it with them. One year I even had a resolution to drink more white wine the next year, and I'm sure I did. I've slowed down a bit these days, and I'm drinking a little bit nicer wines than I used to, but I still tend to go for low-bodied, citrusy wines, which is what this is. So, let me see. Klinker Brick Winery, that's pretty close. I think it's about 15 minutes away. Lodi, California, and it's on the Mokelumne River. And that's all they really have about it. And they have a phone number. So not a lot of detail, a lot of mystery. You gotta love when you get a bottle of wine and they don't tell you anything about it other than what it's called. Let's dig in. I have these cute glasses that have, well, you can't really tell. No, it's over there. Oh, there it goes. It has a lab on it. I'm living with a good friend of mine and her husband, who's also my friend. And they have 2 dogs. And actually right now I'm at the house dog sitting for them with plenty of time on my hands. Not a lot of distraction, which, the grass is always greener. I want peace and quiet. I want alone time. Then you get it and you're like, wow, there is not a lot going on here, and I'm really gonna have to find a way to occupy my time. So today I went to Lodi Lake, which is a man-made, I think it's a man-made lake, but it's technically a river. And I read by the river. I'm reading a fantasy series that's kind of going around my group of friends. You're probably one of them, since only my friends see these videos. So I read by the lake for a little while. That's a good way to occupy my time. And I've been playing a video game on my computer, which has been really fun, but I'm excited for them to come back. Okay, anyway, the wine. So, this smells like a sauv blanc to me. It's very light. Doesn't smell sweet. People say that this is like a slightly salty type of wine, which makes sense. I like salty food, so maybe that's kind of why I like this. I'm sure it pairs well with seafood. It's a white wine thing. Yum. It's very good. It's maybe lighter than most of the sauv blancs that I taste. I think that I just like wines that taste like very close to water or like a mild juice. Like even if I'm drinking red wine, anything that's really heavy, like a Merlot, like I have a really hard time with. And I only learned recently that I actually do like Zinfandels because they're like a nice juice, and I love fruit juice, and you know, like whatever, like I like, it's like a nice little like hit of sugar sometimes if you're craving something sweet and you just have some juice. And Zinfandel tastes like juice to me. And this is the same, like it doesn't taste like it's like heavy in alcohol. It's very easy to drink. I mean, most white wines are, but you know, something like Chardonnay has body, like leaves like a feeling in your mouth, and this doesn't do that. It's actually very good. And it was mid-range. I think it was like $17, so that's pretty good. That's what I've found most bottles of wine are in the area. It's about 17 bucks. The varietal originally came from Spain and Portugal. It's Spanish wine. Albarino sounds like a Spanish word, so that makes sense. And there are a couple of wineries around here that seem to have a more Spanish influence. Klinker might be one of them. I haven't been there, but I'm having this wine. Bokish is a vineyard that I've been to that seemed like they had a lot of Spanish wines, and Oak Farm Vineyards that I've been to had a lot of Spanish wines too. So yeah, it seems like that's something that's going on around here. Seems to be pretty regional. Like this is where Zinfandels do well. Sonoma, I think, is where you can grow Cabernets, and the Russian River Valley might be Chardonnay. I'm not positive of that. But yeah, I'm learning. I'm just taking in my environment. It seems like what people do in their leisure time here is go wine tasting. It's like basically like in upstate New York, you go to a sports bar, or like you go out for a cocktail with lunch, and I'm sure people still do that, but I think that what I'm seeing more of is people heading out for tastings, or like going to their winery that they're a member of and getting a glass of wine there and hanging out, which is really interesting because those places, they don't usually serve food, so you can't really have a meal. Like you might be able to get a little bit of a snack, but a lot of them don't have food, which in my experience, can be a little dangerous. Like, you know, I can have 2 glasses of wine with nothing to eat, and I might like leave feeling a little lightheaded, which is fine. You know, I'm a grown woman. I can do that if I want. Yeah, it's been great to get to know the community. Everyone's been really nice. There's plenty of wine to go around. It's like everywhere. Like people are giving it out for free. You can drink it at every farmer's market. They're serving it along with cocktails, which is different than Binghamton. Like you can't buy a cocktail at a street fair in Binghamton. It just doesn't work that way. But here it's very normal to have wine or something like that, and everyone's serving what's being made locally. Like at the liquor store, I had a selection of pretty much all wines that I know are being made within like 10 miles, which is pretty cool. And that's it. Thanks. I'm a little rusty, but like and follow or whatever, and I'll see you next time.